Hi everybody, this is Zach Como, Executive Editor of CE Pro, and today I'm joined by Earl Naegele, Head of CI, Retail, and E-Commerce for Neptune. Earl, what's going on?
Just another pleasant, beautiful, sunny day here in Chicago. Spring has sprung.
Is that sarcasm, or is it actually nice?
No, I'm happy to report it's 72 degrees out here, and
Very nice.
for March, we'll take that, right?
Yeah. It's mid 60s here in the Boston area, and I'm not wearing a jacket outside. It's fantastic. Then it's gonna be like 40 in a couple days, but whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it for now.
Yep. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sir, speaking of outside and nice weather, Neptune recently launched a new full sun and partial sun outdoor TV models. What should integrators know about these and the kinds of installations that they're designed for?
Sure. So we'll be releasing, or we just released, they're on the market now. Our distributors are taking the products as well as our retailers and some custom integrators. We're releasing 4 models this 2026 season. It will include 3 new full sun models from 55, 65, and 75 inch. Each will come with an outdoor rated tilt mount, but the most vast improvement is the step up in continuous nits. Our previous line was 800 nits. The new 2026 lineup will go all the way up to 1,500 continuous nits, and we'll talk about that here in a bit. But much brighter panel, and we're also introducing the best warranty in the outdoor television space. The new products, whether they be the 3 new full sun models or the new 75-inch partial sun, which has been updated from 500 nits to 1,000, all 4 of those models will go to an industry best 3 years parts and labor warranty.
Excellent. Yeah, CE Pro's research continues to find that outdoor technology is becoming a much larger part of residential and hospitality projects. What are you guys seeing for demand for outdoor TVs, and how are they being used today?
Yeah, so we're seeing a continual drive upwards in demand for anything that's outdoor related in technology, not just our displays, but our sound bar, dust covers that accompany off-season use of our product. But I think what's driving it is a more centralized area within the home that is becoming in demand. Everyone's done their kitchen upgrade, their great room, maybe their caveman in the garage, but they're venturing outdoors now. And I think what's fueling that is the need for access points, wireless access points. It was driven to some degree from COVID, where everybody was working from home. And that trend is not only continued, but it's almost at this point an expected feature set, if you will, of a residence, where you want trusted, reliable, accessible internet. You're seeing a lot of outdoor kitchens as a result, pools and jacuzzis, where people are cocooning and nesting, particularly with the geopolitical situation that we find ourselves in today. A lot of people are spending more time as staycation versus vacation, where they're not traveling as much just because of the world situation. So we're going to continue to see, in my opinion, a pretty nice trajectory upward as we move into 2026. And we're bringing the products that are answering installer demand. We now have included support handles to lift the product out of the box, to put it up on the mount. The products are much brighter than they've historically been. So customers are aware of this category now, or if not, they're certainly open to it because of the internet, outdoor lighting, and other features in the outdoor environment.
Right. Yeah. Are homeowners still trying to use indoor TVs, outside? I'm sure some of our integrators can help their homeowner clients kind of like, talk about the differences between those. But, real quick, what are the biggest differences?
Yeah, well, first I'll start it off with a pretty shocking statement. Never, 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 never use an indoor TV outdoors. Why is that? Well, first of all, it's unsafe. If you look at your homeowner's insurance policy, you'll see small print there of all the exclusions. And one of the exclusions is improper use of product, which an indoor product going outdoors where you have GFI outlets near your barbecue, that's there for a reason. It's for safety. So you really don't want to take an indoor product that has open vents for heating and cooling and move them outdoors. It's just a recipe for disaster, first of all. The product is unsafe. You can get spider webs in there where they could put silk across printed circuit boards that could heat up, potentially catch fire. The other thing is just the longevity of the product. It won't last. Maybe you're lucky if you put it an indoor TV outdoors in Arizona, it might survive a season, but certainly not here in more inclement climates like Boston, where you reside, or Chicago, where I'm from. So you want it not only reliable and safe, but it's got to be bright enough to be viewable outside. And that's really the caveat. When you take an indoor TV that may be, let's say, 200 to 275 nits, continuous brightness, you move that out into ambient light and you're competing against the sun, which is around 35,000 nits, you are not going to be able to view that television. So between the survivability of the set, the safety, and the performance, there's all good reasons why you should never put an indoor TV outdoors. And then to follow that up, mounting solutions. We include, as I aforementioned, outdoor tilt wall mounts in the box with our full sun. That's there for a reason. The last customer experience we want is year 2, year 3, where someone has an outdoor television mounted on their deck or near their pool, and they want to tilt it or articulate it if they purchase one of our outdoor mounts, and that is cinched and bind to where you can't move it. That's what will happen year over year in an outdoor environment where there's rust and oxidation. So a lot of good reasons why you'd never want to use an indoor TV outdoor.
Right. Yeah. I mean, good segue into my next question. Other things like temperature, humidity, viewing hours affect panel performance over time.
Yeah. So in an indoor environment, again, we don't have to concern ourselves with the temperature, oscillation, all of the environmental rain, snow, ice, sleet, and then the viewability. You don't have, I'm in a pretty open architecture here at my home. I've got some open windows where you can get some glare, and that's one of the reasons we put a tilt mount in the full sun is to reduce that glare. You can move it either positive or negative. But the most important part of the consideration is where is it going to be placed? Is it going to be north or south facing versus east or west? Are you going to be battling with full sun? We use all high TNI commercial grade panels and the LG formula that has IPS in plane switching. Why is that important? When you go from indoor to outdoor, rarely, Zach, are we going to be looking at the TV perpendicular like we're looking at our screens right now. In an outdoor environment, you're going to have things like a pool, a kitchen, maybe a putting green, fire pit, all of those things that get in the way of having that direct line of sight to the display. Well, what happens in sunlight? Well, when you're competing with sunlight, you have to have a display that's viewable at steep angles. Ours, because of the LG formula that we use in our OEM panels, we have up to 178 degree viewing angle, where most displays, even outdoor built, have a viewing cone of about 60 to maybe 75 degrees. That really enhances the viewability when you go laterally around the backyard. So you combine it with the brightness that we've introduced, 1,000 on the partial sun, 1,500 nits on the 55, 65, and 75-inch models in full sun. And you add IPS to make it more viewable, so your colors, your brightness, your contrast all remain intact no matter what your viewing angle is. And then we add AG, anti-glare coating to it, and that eliminates the reflection. I don't know if you've ever stood in front of your television, Zach, with it turned off, and you see that silhouette of your outline where there's ambient light hitting the screen, but part of it's getting blocked by your silhouette. That is completely eliminated with our displays when you go into the partial and full sun of our product portfolio. It eliminates all that glare. So when you start adding all of this up, you get an exceptional viewing experience with our products outdoors. And that's why we're 5-star rated on most e-commerce sites.
Let's talk a little bit about brightness, and we've hit on it a bunch. You mentioned that the sun is 35,000 nits, which I thought is an interesting fact. So when you talk about nits, what exactly does that translate to in an outdoor environment?
Great. So decrypt nits. So nits is national. It's an acronym for the National Institute of Technology. It's a specification, and basically all it does is it just measures 1 square meter away from the screen. If you have one candela of brightness, that's considered a nit. The way most of the industry rates their nit ratings is peak, and peak is kind of a misleading specification. I'll tell you why. The way that specification is captured, it's with your entire screen completely white. So your R's, your G's, and your B's, your RGB is 100%, and then they put a meter in front of it, and that's how they measure the candela. Very misleading. The reason for that is you and I don't sit in front of our TVs and watch white screens all day. It'd be a pretty boring life. We watch it with content. And that's really where the rubber meets the road. So all of the Neptune product portfolio is always rated at continuous nits versus peak brightness. And so it's all a relative term per se, but understanding how we capture and disclose that spec is really critical, because it is what sets us apart from others that may claim 2,500 nits, but it's peak brightness versus continuous.
How should integrators think about specifying displays for full sun environments versus partial sun? Where do you see people kind of getting that wrong?
If you rewind about 10 years ago, we've been in the outdoor television space now for 14 years. This is our 8th generation of products. So we like to think we've forgotten more than most of our competitors know. But I think that is probably the biggest hurdle to get over, outside of the fact that you need an outdoor TV for outdoor viewing, is placement. In Florida, Arizona, Texas, those are different environmental challenges than you and I have in Boston and Chicago. What we're mainly concerned about is making sure the TV is dry, it's safe, you're not going to have any type of either debris, insects, dust, and such entering the TV, and it's going to be reliable. But we do, in our markets, have the lower edge of the operating temperature to concern ourselves with. I've been in Boston in January, and it is as cold as Chicago. So our operating temperatures are minus 22 to 122 degrees. Wow. So whether you reside in Arizona or you're deploying it in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where we have major retail up there, you can be trusted. You can trust the display to perform in all different climates, whether it's snow, ice, rain, heat, cold, doesn't matter. And that's already engineered and built into our products. So you don't have to concern yourself with extreme temperatures. We've taken that into account.
For integrators, I think reliability and service calls matter just as much as picture quality. So how do these outdoor rated components and just the backing of Neptune of its TVs affect this long-term cost of ownership?
Sure, that's a really key consideration. I would say placement and investing in the outdoor category are the two most critical design and decision points that a customer or an integrator would make. With regard to reliability, we're very proud of our relationship with the OEM vendor that we have. We use LG technology, as I've mentioned before, through the panels, the web OS hub platform, and the in-plane switching, which makes it so desirable when you go off axis. So reliability, we're very proud of our less than 0.5% in warranty failure. And that's what's driven our new 3-year parts and labor warranty. As each generation of products hits the market and we get feedback from the market, for instance, the lift handles were a big a big home run with the custom integration space. No more trying to lift the display, which might be 2 or 3 times heavier than an indoor display, out of the box, only to compress and fracture the glass, which would be a non-warrantable event. We put in lift handles on the back of all of our products, so it's easy to get out of the box, get up on the mount. But furthermore, the new products are IP55 rated, so it's a step above our 25 lineup, which was IP54. And that just means that in solids and liquids, i.e. rain, snow, the television is built to reject that and not allow it to come into the panel, thus making it more reliable. We have a 30-day advanced replacement DOA policy. Most products are going to fail out of the box, either during shipping, maybe a Molex got disconnected or what have you. If we can't decrypt it over the line live with the end user or the integrator, we will, within 30 days, snatch that defective product in and at the same time drop a brand new one to the client or the integrator. And with 3 years parts and labor warranty being the industry's best, I think you can assume that our reliability, and it's pretty evident when you look at our reviews throughout the e-commerce space, we're continually 5-star rated pretty much on every site of every partner we have. The product is exceptionally reliable, and it's only because we start with the best OEM glass, we build the best temperature and IP around it, and we have a 30-day DOA policy should something out of the box go awry.
Excellent. Well, Earl, thanks very much. I appreciate your time. When's it time up there in Chicago to jump in that pool behind you?
Well, I think we need a few more 72 plus days. I'm always cold, but if you want to learn more about our products, Zach, the website of neptunetv.com, anyone can go there and find out all about our products, or reach out to sales@neptunetv.com.
Very good. Earl, thanks very much.
Thanks, buddy. All right.